Vandeek is going to go on to score by a length.
But Vandeek is going to prove too good and follows up that debut Nottingham win to land the Richmond.
But 2 lengths off the leaders. Whammer 2 else, she still has the lead. Vandeek is getting to her though. Vandeek!
He was a horse that captured our imagination, as indeed he did the entire breeding and racing public in the UK. And he was a very special horse from the get-go.
Well, he's a horse that caught my eye because I actually follow in his sire's performance, Havana Grey.
Vandeek is the best son so far of Havana Grey, who has been quite the revelation.
Havana Grey started off on a small-time basis, but was soon found to be improving his mares significantly.
He's a horse that's done it the hard way, but he's already had 22 stakes winners, and he's been the leading first season, second season and third season sire in the UK. He's an incredibly prepotent stallion that we think will be a very important stallion for years to come.
I tried to buy into Vandeek's father. That was my starting point. And there was no interest in selling at all there because they could see what I had seen and what the rest of the world could see, that he was an improver of his mares. And he was a rising star in the stallion ranks in Europe. So then we looked at his produce, and funnily enough, a 20% interest became available in Vandeek at the time they were looking for a standing stud for him in Europe. And we bid for that 20% but failed to get it. And instead, Cheveley Park, which is managed by a very good friend of ours, got the 20% interest, and we immediately approached them to see if we could stand Vandeek. It's the Galileo Danehill cross again. That's the cross that gave us Frankel and the cross that gave us the Autumn Sun in Australia.
I think the highlight of his 2-year-old career was undoubtedly the Middle Park Stakes.
Vandeek has shown a sparkling turn of foot and wins the Middle Park in style.
Middle Park Stakes is a race that's probably the equivalent of our Golden Slipper, and it's a race that's been won by some very important horses over the years. Horses like Pipe of Peace and Showdown, who were great stallions here in Australia, and many others along the way. It's a stallion-making race.
Vandeek's the best son of Havana Grey and was an exceptional sprinter in Europe, and I think will fit beautifully into our roster here at Arrowfield. We haven't got a horse quite like him, and so we're very excited to offer him this year.
I flew to Newmarket to inspect Vandeek personally in March. I thought he was a very attractive horse, a horse with a lot of presence. He stands about 16.5, great rein to him, tremendous shoulder and a lovely hip, full of quality and a very good mover, as you would expect for a horse that breathes so well and had raced as a 2-year-old. He was a really impressive horse, and I thought that he's a horse that's going to impress people when they come to see him here in August. I think they'll be delighted with what they see.
He's the best son of Havana Grey, and I'm excited, if I couldn't get the old boy himself, to get this fella.